on Education has done due diligence in vetting the nominees. But Speaker, while I was listening to the chairperson of Education Committee, she indeed mentioned, and many members here have mentioned, about the face of Kenya and consideration of the marginalized and minorities. And Speaker, I remember sometimes back when TSC advertised for these commissioners, a lady from my constituency, who is a highly qualified career educationist, applied. Indeed, she was shortlisted. She was actually ranking the best in Rift Valley. Her name was forwarded to the president. And when the names were brought to this house, then Rift Valley was not brought here simply because Andorobo, of all the people, was the best qualified in Rift Valley. And Honorable Speaker, when things were advertised the second time, indeed she again applied. And my guess will be as good as for anybody else. She was not shortlisted because the point was she was not the one wanted for that job. And Mr. Speaker, I must say this, because the first time I made into this house, I came through nomination as a representative of the minorities and the marginalized. And Speaker, for me, it is a very sad day. I don't have anything to celebrate about, Mr. Speaker, because this is in contravention of the spirit of the Constitution that clearly says the marginalized and the minorities must have their right and their share. Mr. Speaker, in the government of Kenya, the government today, that is led by the Honorable, His Excellency Muigai Kenyatta, in all the constitutional commissions, in all the government departments, even in the jobs of ACC, the ones commonly known as DOs, there is not even one single Ndorobo employed in Kenya. And Mr. Speaker, I can't sit down here and clap with my colleagues who are praising that members from their communities have been nominated, while Mr. Speaker, where I come from, today I saw one lady, a nominee, whom they have even lowered the qualification in the name of giving the masters, almost completing a PhD, being left out deliberately. Mr. Speaker, it is a very, very sad thing for me as a member of this house. And Mr. Speaker, I feel the oppression in this country is real. And Speaker, I must say this without fear of contradiction. Initially, we thought the handshake was a very good thing for this country. And indeed it was. But eventually, it shook off all the minorities and the marginalized. Because even now, after we know which regions they will come from, and we'll be told that is the face of Kenya. And my question is, where are the Sengwers of this country? Where are the painful? And that is why, Mr. Speaker, today, I must say this in the house, in the floor of this house.
Honorable Sarah Korere, there is a point of order from the Honorable Junet.
Mr. Speaker, it is not my intention to interrupt the Honorable member. She's doing very well, Honorable Sarah. But, Mr. Speaker, I just want to correct one notion here that she has alluded to. That, Mr. Speaker, she's saying that you're a minority. The whole spokesman of Mount Kenya region, Mr. Speaker. How can he be a minority, Mr. Speaker? Who was inaugurated the other day here at the Nyagata wa Mukuru Wanganga, Mr. Speaker.
I think that's not a point of order, Honorable Junet. Honorable Sarah Korere.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, so as I conclude, I must say.
There's a point of, do you want to be informed?
Yes, Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Duale, you want to inform Honorable Korere?
Mr. Speaker, I want to inform my sister and the House, Sarah Korere, that in 2013, it was the URP party that nominated her to this House as Honorable. And don't cry. The next government, please bring me that CV as we continue. We will employ the old Honorables.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Aden Duale. Speaker, as I conclude, you know, to me, I'm talking from my heart, and my heart is very heavy. But I only want to say this, because it is unfortunate. We are almost coming to the end of this term without a single person from the Dorobo community in any of the commission or anywhere in this government. I want to tell our oppressors, probably one day, when St. Peter's is calling their names, the Dorobos will be the assistants of St. Peter's, and they will not see heaven.
What is your intervention, Honorable Fatuma Gedi?
Mr. Speaker, I rise on standing order number 95, looking at the mood of the House, and every member has contributed, supporting the nominees, the commissioners of TSC, knowing that we have a heavy agenda before us. May I, Mr. Speaker, request you call the mover to reply?
Well, honourable members, you know it is every member has the right to invoke standing order number 95. And unfortunately, if you look at the way it is coached, it is not the Speaker, it is the House. So, honourable members, let me put the question, which is that the mover be called upon to reply. As many as that opinion